Hey guys, so for today's video, I'm going to be trying out a few new makeup products. And then I also got a couple of the new Jaclyn Cosmetic lipsticks. I only got about 6 that I thought would match best my skin tone. So first I'm gonna go ahead and try out a couple of new products that I got from Sephora and then from a few other websites. And then once I have my whole face on, I'll start swatching the Jaclyn Cosmetic lipsticks. So some of the makeup products I got are fairly new and then some of them are just kind of new to me. So I've had this one for a while. I'm just gonna prime my skin using the Smashbox primer water. So while I let that dry, I'm just gonna prime my eyes with the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I'm gonna use my finger. I've been using this primer forever, but I noticed that Anastasia came out with a new eyeshadow primer. I might buy like the mini version of that and try it out, because this one works well for me, but I feel like if I'm in hotter weather, it doesn't hold up as well. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and set that primer with the Wet n Wild single eyeshadow in the shade Brulee. So I'm just gonna go for like a simple eye look because I want all the lipsticks to kind of match. So I'm just gonna use the bronzer side of this Cover FX Monochrome Bronzer Duo. And this is in the shade, what is this? Sun-Kissed Bronzer. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the bronzer side and pop that into the crease. And I'm not gonna be precise with this because I just wanna put a tiny bit of this new glitter I got on my eyelids. Just putting a tiny bit of that on, just to give my eyes a little bit of definition. And I recently got this, but this is the Causa Sparkling Eye Pigment in the shade Luminary Astry. And this is what it looks like. Just like a nice subtle champagne, kind of silverish color. I'm just gonna apply that all over my eyelids. And I'll just use my finger, just tap it in. It's really subtle. It dries down pretty quick too. This is the shade. You could probably use a brush too, but I just find using my fingers easier to kind of just pat it right in. That's literally it. Like, that's how simple I want to be today. Just so there's no harsh edges, I'm going to take that bronzer again and apply it back into the crease. Super simple. So now that I have a little bit of eyeshadow on, I'm going to apply like a pore filling primer. And I'm just gonna use the Leveler from Beauty Blender. I'm just gonna apply this on the T-zone. And that's what it looks like. A little bit right here, here, my forehead and my nose. This is where I have the most pores. Blur them all away. It's definitely kind of mattified a bit. And for foundation, this is a little bit newer. I'm gonna use the Givenchy Tint Couture Everyday Wear Foundation, and I have mine in the shade Y210. This is it. Normally I like to use a beauty sponge, but I just recently got this Tarte brush, so I'm just gonna apply it with that. I have a mirror over here, so that's why I'm constantly looking this way. Hopefully this brush blended all in well. I am liking the way the brush is blending the product in. It's definitely blending better when I kind of like press it into the skin. I still think I prefer a beauty sponge though. Okay, so the foundation is on and it's definitely more like medium coverage, and I'm sure it's buildable, but this is the amount of coverage I typically like. These aren't new, but I'm gonna try out the Fenty Beauty Trio sticks, and I have mine in the shade medium. I'm going to use the shade Mocha to kind of cream contour. I'm gonna do a little bit because I still want to apply that Cover FX powder bronzer. That's all I'm gonna do. And I'm just gonna use that same brush to kind of buff that in. Blend it out really nice. I do like this shade. It's definitely more on the warmer side, but I like warmer bronzers for my skin tone. Then I'm gonna use that bamboo shade to kind of highlight underneath the eyes. I have another concealer that I'm just gonna pop right onto this because this is a little too dry for my liking. And I will be using a beauty sponge to blend this out. I'm gonna use the Touche Eclat High Coverage Concealer in the shade 1.5. This is definitely more liquidy, and that's how I like my concealers. I'm gonna use my LA Girl sponge to just blend that all out. I don't think I'm the biggest fan of that Fenty Beauty match stick in the color Bamboo. It's a little too dry for me, and I already have drier under eyes. But I do like that YSL concealer. Blended out really nice. So I went ahead and added a little bit more just to kind of cover up the darker parts of my under eyes. Fenty Beauty Match Trio Stix also has this shade Trippin', and it's kind of like a corally golden highlight shade. So I'm just gonna pop this on the tops of my cheekbones to give a little bit of a highlight. Can't really see it on camera, but it's super pretty. That's the shade. I'm gonna set my whole face using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Setting Powder in the shade Butter. I have used this before and I do like it. I'm going to set around my nose because foundation likes to settle there. My smile lines, chin, and my forehead because I do get a little bit oily there throughout the day. Okay, so my face is set. I'm gonna go back into that Cover FX bronzer. I'm just gonna take my brush and kind of swirl it all in because I want shimmery bronzer. I'm just gonna use this Real Techniques all over powder brush. Just kind of put that everywhere to give me lots and lots of color. I put a lot on. It's okay. I put so much on, but that's okay because I need it. Definitely more paler these days. I also got one of the monochrome blushes, and this is in the shade Warm Honey. And I'm going to use my LA Girl 104 brush, and I'm gonna do the same thing, kind of just dip into both of those shades because I also like having kind of shimmery blush look. Then to put on top of that cream highlight, because I want kind of an intense highlight, I'm going to use this Jaclyn Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Dreamin' of Diamonds, and this is the shade. It's more of a golden shade for sure. I'm just gonna use this 140 Beige Cosmetics brush. That is definitely the kind of highlight I like. And I do like these highlighters. They're not chunky at all. And they don't emphasize my texture either. They just give more so of that like wet look. Same highlight I'm gonna do in the inner corners. Under the brow bone. Cupid's bow. Okay, so last I got this new mascara from Too Faced as a sample from Sephora, and it's called Damn Girl, Those Lashes Are Thick. I don't know if that's the whole name, but this is just the mini one, and it just says Damn Girl on the bottle. I do like the Too Faced better than Sex Mascara. It's definitely one of my go-tos. And this is the brush. Kind of like the old one, but a little bit bigger. Let's see. It's definitely giving me lots of length. Okay, so this is about one coat of that mascara. I like it. It still makes my lashes look really long and natural. I think it looks good. And then I just applied a little bit on the lower lashes. Okay, so I haven't swatched any of these yet. I'm so excited. I got the trio in the shade Nude Moment. And then I also got 3 separate shades in the color Tipsy, Hustle, and Gossip. So this is the packaging. So beautiful. It has a little diamond at the top. And then it tells you the shade at the bottom. So this is the shade Gossip. It's definitely like a caramely brown color. And this is it swatched. Love it. It's really creamy. I'm gonna go ahead and try Gossip on. So this is the color Gossip. I can definitely see myself wearing this shade a lot. It's like perfect nude. It'll go with any eye look. Kind of has like a vanilla cookie scent to it. I love the shade Gossip. Next, I have the shade Hustle. So this is gonna be the shade Hustle. Kind of like the shade Gossip, but it's definitely more, I would say, has a tiny bit more, I don't know, pink to it. Shade Hustle. I definitely have a type because this is so similar to the shade Gossip, but it's a little bit lighter. I think I like this one better than the shade Gossip. Next, I have the shade Tipsy. This is also kind of similar to the other 2 I got, but this one looks darker than the other 2. So this is the shade Tipsy. Okay, I can tell you right now, this is gonna be my favorite one out of all of them because this is like my natural lip color, but better. And I love the formula. I can see myself wearing this all day without it feeling all crusty or anything. Okay, so now I'm gonna jump into the trio set. I got this one because I knew I wanted to buy a bunch of more of the warmer nude colors separately. And this trio set looks like they're more pinkier lipstick. So first I have the shade That Girl. So here is the shade That Girl. And this is the color. This one is definitely more of a peachy pink color. Super pretty for summertime. Definitely kind of washes me out a little bit, but I like it. I would probably wear like a darker lip liner underneath this. For my skin tone, it looks a little more like a bubblegum pink on me. Great lip color for summertime. Next, I have the shade Sophia. This one is definitely more of a mauve-y pink. Now this one is definitely like my lips, but more on the pink side. I really like this one. I just love how she came out with so many nude shades. Like that's literally all I wear. I also love like orangey reds. So hopefully she'll come out with one of those soon. And last I have the shade Perfectionist. So Perfectionist, this is the color. Now this I think is gonna be the darkest of the bunch that I got. Okay, yeah, this is perfect. So this is the shade Perfectionist. So I definitely think my most favorite shade is the color Tipsy, and then out of the bunch I got, I think my least favorite is That Girl, just because it washes me out a little bit. But I'm sure if I put a lip liner on, it'll make it work. Okay, so first I have That Girl, Hustle, Gossip,
Tipsy, which is my favorite. Sophia, which I also really like. And then Perfectionist, which I also like. But this one is my favorite.
Okay, so that's everything I got today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and give this video a thumbs up. It would help me so much, and I'll see you next time.